tonight. Oh, I gotta bring this up tonight. We got everything switched around tonight. I blew it up so I can read it.
The best bet would be to just drag it and come over that.
Oh, I don't want to knock it off. Oh, I can't read all the... Hi, Lindy. How you like your doggy and kitty sign? I'm gonna have to drag it over. I can read that. Angela says you're slacking, Floyd. He was trying to get the other camera back up, but it was blinking, blinking, blinking. So it's a brand new camera, so I'm gonna use that, or else we're gonna be listening to myself talk all night. We don't want to do that. So tonight we're gonna make a breast cancer awareness wreath for October. I know it's a little early, but you know we're already making Christmas wreaths, so no big deal. There, I needed it. Okay, so we're on a 14-inch Dollar Tree work wreath frame and 10 ties on the outside and 8 on the inside, and then I put a cross member for any attachments or for your bow or anything like that. Oh, my name is Jeanette. I'm with Backroom Creations, owner and designer. We're going to make breast cancer awareness wreath. We're going to do just I watched Valerie Bennett, do just a double ruffle. I never seen anybody do it before. She sent me her tutorial and I watched it, and it's just a double ruffle stacked on top of each other, so I thought we'd try that tonight. It just uses 2 different color 10-inch meshes. So I thought that might be a really nice kit to make to keep cost of the kit down for everybody. So we're going to try that tonight. And we're going to use, we got a couple breast cancer ribbons here, and the popular cheetah print ribbon in 2.5 inch. And we're going to pair that one in with the jagged edge 1.5 inch. And then here's the cheetah print 2.5 inch in pink to go with that. And then here's an Argyle hot pink in a 1.5 inch. So we're going to use those 4 in our wreath tonight. Those are all cut at 12 inches. I always cut mine at 12. I never, you know, this wreath goes at this one, this wreath goes at that one. I'm pretty much consistent with the 12 inch. I think Wednesday on YouTube, I'm going to do my first YouTube live on Wednesday at 7 o'clock, and we're going to make a pixie wreath. Pixie wreath is a 8-inch frame, so it's real small, but it still makes a really full wreath. So we're going to do that. I don't know what kind yet. I haven't made up my mind, but we're going to make a pixie wreath on Wednesday. So if you want to see a pixie wreath get made, follow me over to YouTube. Right now I don't have my own URL because I'm just starting out. So if you would follow me over there and help me out, you can see me make a pixie wreath, and yeah, that'll be cool. So if you wouldn't mind floating my boat, sprinkling the love to all your friends and family, that'll help me out here on Facebook. And let's get started. So we're going to have 30-inch mesh. Lots of mesh. So I do want it nice and full. I usually do my ruffles just a straight ruffle at 30 inches, just because you want that end to wrap around each other. When it wraps around each other, it's less likely to fray. So you're going to put a pink and a hot pink. And then the next one's going to go a hot pink and a light pink. So we're just going to keep alternating all around the wreath frame. So I kind of stacked mine that way. Whether I pull them out that way is irregardless. I thought it was a nice try, you know, to be organized. So 30 inches. Then you don't have to worry about a poof, and then a ruffle, and then a roll. We're just going to do it all one thing. So here's our 2. Now, when I watched it, she did 2 separate ruffles. And then she kind of pulled them apart. I'm going to try something here real quick. I'll knock my phone over. I'm going to try and ruffle them together. If it doesn't work, we'll just undo it and do it the way she showed. But I always have to be different and do something else. So you always usually want to put a weight on the end of your ruffle, or this one's the beginning of the roll, so it's not like flying back up in your face. You'll know when it's the end of the roll because it just keeps rolling back on you. So when you just do a regular ruffle, you're just going to start down here at the end. And put your thumbs on the mat. And then you're just going to start. I'm going to flip it over. I don't like it this way. I like it this way. Flip it down. I'm picky. So, and then you just start bending it and walking it up. Yeah, that's not going to work. That's too much mesh. Now I see why she did so. So we'll start with the light pink. So you just walk it up through the middle. This is very easy. When the longer your mesh you have, the easier it is to kind of go off the side. Make sure you're staying up right in the middle. This is a metallic mesh, so it kind of sparkles. If you did it in a basic mesh, it would be kind of stiff, really stiff to do something in 30 inches. I'm going to do a couple at a time, and then we'll put them in the, maybe. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, works better if you do it fold down. Okay? So just put your thumbs firmly on the mat. Just kind of, I have really short fingers. You know, some people can reach really far out there and get that mesh pulled up. I have really short fingers, so it takes me a little extra work. But we'll get it. That's a lot to clothespin though. So we're going to start on the outer ring, the outside ring. So we're going to put, just slip your ruffle in there. Now I'm just going to do it. I just did it one twist. Then I'm going to take my pink one. I'm not going to pull it around yet. And I'm just going to take my pink one and put it right on top of it. And there's your double ruffle. So now I'm going to give it 2 twists. So then I'm going to take my pink one and wrap it around. And then I'm going to take, sorry, they're both pink. A dark pink one first, because it's on bottom. And then I'm going to take my light pink one. And you're just going to pull them around and kind of overlap them. That makes your circle. Makes it look like a ruffle. Right now it's a butterfly. We want a flower. See? So butterfly into circle. And then she just kind of, mine kind of did it on its own, but she just makes sure that they're pulled apart. So don't have them like stuck together. So just make sure they have lots of room in between them. So you don't have anything, they're not flat together, that they're kind of lots of room in between. Okay? So next we're going to go do, we're going to do the light pink one first. Put your thumbs down and just go to town walking. Pretend you're doing a marathon. How's that Etsy page coming, Angela? Kind of just flip your next door neighbor up. Hi Sherry, how are you tonight? Thank you for stopping by. Oh, there we go. We're going faster. We took our fast walk to a jog. So those that know that I had surgery on my foot, I am getting around a lot better. I did outdo myself the other day and I was hurting, so I kind of got to take a step back a little bit. And Floyd yelled at me and said, "You outdid it, didn't you? You did too much." Yes, I did. So I can be up for a little while, then I gotta go take a break. I took a nap this afternoon. So when you get two next to each other, you kind of just want to make sure that one's not overlapping each other, and you just want them to stand up. So one neighbor's not overlapping each other, they're just standing tall right next to each other, okay? We can go ahead. No, we're not going to do that. Yeah, I know. If you don't start with your Etsy shop and just add things starting off the bat and get behind, which I did a little bit, it's like you never feel like you can just get ahead. So, getting to be a hot mess over here. I have a few that I kind of made some and didn't go add them, and so I got a little bit behind. Signs are easy. You design a sign and you just kind of add there's not like 10 million angles you have to add to it. You just add the clip art and good to go. Oh yeah, I didn't show you the sign. I'll show you the sign here real quick. Oh, I did the wrong color first. There's our sign. We're going to put the ties on it. So, this is one of my signs. It's kind of a popular one. That's why I decided to do it tonight.
Valerie said, "Hi, girlfriend."
Oh, hi, Valerie. Is it Valerie Bennett? I'm doing your method that you showed us the other night or you showed me, that you tutorial sent, the double ruffle. So, I stole shamelessly. But we're doing, in October, we wear pink. So, I've already stuck these on. And I borrowed somebody else's idea. You put the E6000 on the metal sign first, and then you let it dry, and then you put your cable ties on. And it's not coming anywhere. I'm going to put it like somewhere hot, like maybe in my attic stairway tomorrow, and see if they come off. And then I'll let you know how well that works. Hi, Teresa. How are you? We are making a double ruffle breast cancer awareness wreath. I got my mesh all tangled up. Our dark pink down first, alternating our colors. Maybe we'll bring our ends around first. That might help some. Don't crowd your neighbor. You both get to stand up. There we go. And we'll put our light pink on top.
Susie wants to know how long the pieces are that are pre-cut.
These are 30 inches, Susie. Every one of them is 30 inches. So that's all that will make up this wreath. It's 30 inches of light pink and 30 inches of dark pink. Or whatever color, you know, if you're going to make something else. That's it. We're not doing any other mesh in this wreath. So fluff up your ruffles. Make sure they're not attached to each other. If you buy a wire form from like a Dollar Tree or something, I put my ties about 4.25 inches apart. 10 on the outside, 8 on the inside. Hi Joanne, thank you for stopping by. You're from Texas? Is it hot down there? 39 people. Huh? Hey Kimberly, how are you? Or do you go by Kim? Have you got your signs yet? Oh, I did that wrong. Darn it. I get to talk and then I forget which color to put down first. That's why I have clothespins ready. Thank you, Valerie. Floyd went to the store tonight and I couldn't go because there's no way I could walk that right now. I do good to walk upstairs. You're welcome, Susie. That's one thing about the groups that, at least I know the ones that I belong to, everybody's more than welcome to share advice and ideas. It's like a little crafting family. Heck, I talk to them more than I talk to my own family. Teresa, I like that army colored wreath you did the other night. That's the only thing I hate about cutting mesh up in a head of vans. It gets stuck on each other. Yeah. I like, when I was working before I had my surgery, I'd like rush home. It was like, I gotta get alive. I gotta watch what they're making tonight. I got a business call. I didn't even sneak one in on lunchtime. Oh dear. We had some rain here yesterday. And the wind, we got some strong winds, but nothing major. Strings hanging. So I feel like this time of year, I've only been making wreaths since March, you know, and then the whole COVID hit. So at work I was like crazy. So, you know, it was like wreathing, you know, crafting was my decompressing from work. So I didn't really focus on any kind of theme or anything. I didn't care what I made. I was just like happy to do anything besides toilet paper and COVID. But it seems like this time of year it's like you don't know what to make. You know, do you make, some people are still making summer, some people are still going into fall, Halloween, Christmas, now I'm doing breast cancer, you know, because that's in October, back to school. So, you know, back to school, that's another subject that's just really up in the air. Some of my grandchildren will go to school, some of them are being homeschooled. I don't know. What are you all making? I think next I just want to make a general theme wreath. I don't want to make I've already made a Christmas, I've done fall, I've done Halloween. I think I just want to make a general, no theme wreath. What's a good no theme wreath? Oh wow, Val, you've been around 1 year? Congratulations.
That would make for an interesting sign. No theme.
No theme. Make a sign that says no theme.
Valerie's making Halloween and fall, and Kim's doing a nursing one for a customer.
Oh, cool, Kim. I got some nursing. I have one, like, real skinny. It's not even a 1.5 inch ribbon for a nursing theme wreath. I just didn't know if I wanted to do one amid everything. Sometimes we just want to forget that part of our lives is going on. Not that we're not appreciative. I know during the whole, when we were all shut down, the last thing I wanted someone to remind me is that I was an essential employee when everybody couldn't go anywhere. I just wanted to go home and forget about work and toilet paper. But those toilet paper wreaths that, you know, a few people have made are really cute. I think it's funny now. Back then I probably wouldn't have. Oh, you sold one, Sherry? What kind did you sell? What theme was it? Aw, thanks, Valerie. I appreciate that. Catching my ribbon here. Maybe I should have just sorted at hot pink and light pink. You know, I had my husband make me a counter height table because I never sat down to make a wreath. I don't know how you all sit down and make wreaths. I really don't. Then I have a hard time reaching over anyway. Because I'd have a hard time reaching over sitting down too. Yeah, Linda, you do really good work with leather. You ought to be on Etsy or something. she put leather on one of her jean jackets, and she's made her husband some bags. She does really nice work. Whoop, keep catching my ribbon. So, if you just joined us, we're doing the double ruffle. I seen Valerie sent me a tutorial. I asked about one of her wreaths. She sent me her tutorial. And so I'd never seen it done. So this is what we're going to do. I know, Sherry, isn't it hard to sell something that you're like, I really like this? And I'll say that and my husband will go, no, you're selling it. And some things I'll hang up on the back of, I've got like a front door and then I've got a foyer door. And so I'll hang it on the back of my foyer door and he'll go, you're selling that. And I go, okay. And there's been a couple things that I won't put it on Etsy because it's so huge that there's no way I'll be able to ship it. There's just no way. But we have Facebook sites that we Facebook sites that we put stuff onto around town. So I'll put it on there, and if it doesn't sell, it's still mine. But of course they sell. One I made this really big Easter one, and it sold to a coworker, and I made a patriotic one. It sold to someone on Facebook. And then I made one, a summer one where it had lemon slices and watermelon slices that had little twinkle lights. I made this huge one. It was 36 inches long, 24 inches wide, and 10 inches deep in the middle where the bow was. It was huge. And I have a coworker who buys a lot. Lindy knows who it is. And I guess she didn't see it one day. I didn't show her a picture, and she's like, you didn't show me a picture with nothing with twinkle lights. So I showed it to her, and she's like, I want it. So she bought that one. So all three that I tried to keep, I goofed. But all three that I tried to keep, I didn't get to keep. Oh, you list it more than you list it high? Maybe that's a good tactic. I probably list mine kind of low. The area that we live in isn't very, I won't say affluent, but if I listed high, I'd probably never ever sell a wreath. Aw, thanks, Val. I got one out. I've got a couple of my first ones on Etsy. I think I want to, they're there. They're a bee one and I think a watermelon one. I goofed again. They don't even have a bow on them. That's how new they were. Because at first, I could not make a bow to save my soul. And so I'm like, I'm not making a bow. I can't make a bow. I'm just not doing it. I'm not going to try to put something on Etsy that is going to look horrible. So I didn't make a bow at first. And so I'll probably put a bow on them in the spring and repost them. Just so maybe they'll look a little better. That looks wonky. Yep. It's wonky. That's my new word this year, wonky. Yeah, I know. Angela did she repurposed a wreath and did a live the other day. My husband was even shocked. He's like, she didn't really do that much to it. And he was just like, we were watching it, and he was like, I'm shocked how much difference it looks like. I'm like, yeah.
Becky's here.
Hi, Becky. We were just talking about you. Were your ears burning? Yeah, Valerie. And you know, bows, I really thought that bows cost a lot of money to add to a wreath. And so here lately, you know, I've always guesstimated how much, you know, I put in my wreaths, but I really started writing down everything that I put in my wreaths to properly price them. And if you watch what you put in your wreaths, you know, combine it with low, middle, high, you know, ribbon, you can really put out a decent wreath for not that much money. So make sure that your ruffles are not stepping on their neighbor. You don't want them smushed, you want them standing tall. And I've got a lot of flyaways that I'll have to go through here, but we're almost done with our ruffles, for the outside anyway. For those of you who have just joined us, we are going to start once a week going over to YouTube, where you don't have to worry about what you say so much. We're going to do one YouTube live a week one live a week on YouTube and one on Facebook. At least. That's probably all my back will take.
Kim wants to see pictures of the big light up wreath that you sold Becky.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of up a little bit.
Yeah, I'll send you a picture, Kim. Here's what we're doing so far. We're almost around to our outside edge. Almost got that done. You're putting alternating your colors, dark on bottom, light on top, and then the next one's light on bottom, dark on top. Yep, we got Lindy Lou on here too. Lindy, I'll contact you tomorrow about all you want in your gnome wreath. Lindy was the one that won the top 2 signs from the drawing. And one came back, my husband took him to her, because she works at Walmart. And my husband took him to her, and one came back home with him. And he said, she wants a wreath. Right, so now we got her outside. I was on it. Keep catching my ribbons. Now we're going to go to the inside. And that has 8 ties. Hi, Pammy. What's my bed?
Business issues we'll talk about later.
Huh? Oh.
Keep talking.
My husband's over there making a funny face. My husband's the moderator. He's the IT department.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I run the sign shop.
Oh, and he's the sign shop. I design, he prints. He designed a couple in there.
Vicky wants to know what size frame and mesh is that.
Okay, so we got a 14¼ frame. It's from Dollar Tree. And then we have 10 ties on the outside and then 8 on the inside. And then the mesh is 30 inches long. I have light pink and dark pink metallic. They're both cut at 30 inches. And we're just doing a plain ruffle. and we're stacking them on top of each other. So in each tie, there's two 30-inch ruffles, and then we're alternating the colors, whether pink on top and dark on bottom, and then the next one dark's on top and pink and light pink's on bottom. Okay?
Hey Val, I do most of the shipping too.
Did you hear that, Val? He does most of the shipping too. He does. I got in the other day. It's one of the first days I could really get up and move around.
What width mesh are you using?
It's the 10-inch mesh. We both have craft rooms. We live in a 2-story house, which that's what bummed me out the first week. I couldn't come up to my craft room at all. I was grounded to my chair, my recliner, my doctor said. So I designed signs. That's why I posted a ton of signs to my Etsy page that first week. And so we got a ton of orders that first week. So I could barely do anything, and all these orders were coming in. So I went to the doctor in the midst of all that, and he's like, well, you could get up and, you could be up like for 45 minutes to an hour, then sit back down. So I would sit at the chair and I would, print out all the order forms and write on them, because I write on every single order form. Thanks, Kim. Did you get your signs yet, Kim? I never saw if you answered.
Yeah, she got one order.
You got one order?
The other one's on the way, Kim.
It's on the way, Kim. We weren't quite prepared for the response that everybody gave us. We had blanks here, but to be prepared for 40-some signs all at once, we weren't quite prepared for that. So in the midst of all the ordering, we ordered blanks, and the postal services, because our blanks come to us postal service, and they were slow. But we got them out. We like to get ours out like right away. We don't like to wait till that Etsy deadline.
There's a link for Joanne to go see what's
Oh, Joanne, my husband just put a link for the Etsy shop if you'd like to see what signs that we're talking about. I love gnomes. Now, I even bought some stuffed ones from Sims to put in a wreath. I don't have any in here. It's in the kids' room. How are your wind chimes coming? Girl! I have 44 signs to print in a week. No, we're going to work on that. You said don't worry about it. It was Christmas presents.
You probably should not have put that on Facebook Live.
No, we're going to do one. Because I think it's a great idea. It's cute. Floyd's got to fix the bullets. See how full this is getting to be? And it's just ruffles. Now I'm getting some fraying here because I cut on the mesh prior to coming live. Y'all don't want to sit here and watch me cut mesh. Is someone mowing their lawn? Do you hear my fan? does some of them, Valerie. I have a little laptop here that I can lean over and read through my bifocals. But he reads some of them, when, especially when someone comes to the room, joins the room. He'll tell me who's come in. Let's find my ties in here. Maybe I should have done the inside first.
Did I miss something, Val? I've been busy taking care of Etsy business.
Valerie, do you do your inside row first? I don't remember. Or your outside row? I can't find my ties. No, she says no.
She does the outside first.
Okay. Just checking. I loved her. I'm sitting in the car and we're getting gas and I'm looking at my husband going, look at this wreath! We are our biggest critics though, because I just think my bows, ugh, I think they suck.
She doesn't do 60 inches of ruffles per tie either.
Oh, I don't remember. How long are your ruffles? Are they 20 or 25?
Angela got her package.
Aw, did you get your surprise?
Did you hold the sign up one more time?
Yep. In October, we were pink.
That was for Laura.
Okay, and that's my sign. You can find it in my Etsy shop.
Valerie uses 18-inch mesh.
18? Oh, geez. No wonder I can't find my ties. So I used a roll and a half of each color, and here you only used a roll. Because 20 inches, it would do a roll. Yeah, would do a roll of each color. Oh well, we're going to be extra fluffy.
Oh, Angela's going to go live when you're done.
Oh, are you?
Wait, it's Monday.
It's Monday. You didn't schedule anything tonight. Are you doing an impromptu live? Are you, Kim? That's good. I just had to keep, like I told you, I just had to keep watching people and practicing. I just got some bow that, or some ribbon that I didn't care about, using. And I would just keep making bows, and I would, do it over and over again, and I would make some simple ones.
She's going to go live to open the package.
Are you really? You little stinker.
And she got another package today she wants to show you.
Okay. Angela and I have something in the works. It'll be a surprise for everybody, though.
Val has videos on YouTube for bows, too.
Okay, Val. Hear that, Kim? Valerie Bennett's got YouTube videos for bows. It is so bad that when I go to sleep, I have YouTube on the TV, and I'm just searching for things to watch. Whether it be embellishments, or, oh, speaking of embellishments. Oh, what did I do with them? Lollipops! I haven't painted the sticks or anything, But the Lollipops made out of foam, and I made a purple and black one to go on like a Halloween, and a pink and white one, glitter. And this one I'm going to finish and put the little things on the edge to make it like a little piece of candy to put on a wreath. Oh, and a pink and purple one. So that's what I've been doing this week. That's my addition to wreath making. Oh, where did I stop? I got excited about embellishments. We sure can. What? What are we doing?
Since Val is sharing her knowledge with everybody, I told her to go ahead and throw a link to her YouTube.
Oh, sure.
Up on here.
We're a sharing family. I don't like people that are like withhold. They're like, we're withhold information because it's like top secret. It's like, okay, we all know that we're in a business, and yes, I know that some things you just don't want to give up, but you know, it's wreath making. And if you're...
Ian just says, let's be honest, we get excited about a lot of things.
We do. Ribbon is one of them. Like Pam's still on here. She watched it. She sent me a message when I did my box opening from Craft Outlet. She goes, "You were really excited about that ribbon." I'm like, "Yes, I was." Especially if it's glitter ribbon. I'm gonna make my husband a sign. He has his craft room across the hallway.
There you go, Val. Now it's on there.
There you go. So his is the sign shop. Mine's the wreath shop. And his is going to say, Floyd's Wreath Shop, glitter-free zone. Because I'm not allowed to come in there when I have glitter all over me. I used to hang wreaths on the wall. Because I didn't have anywhere else for him to go. And then when he started making t-shirts and doing vinyl and all that, well, if you know anything about vinyl, you cannot have glitter in vinyl. In a heat press. So I got a band out of there. So there are now wreaths up here, and there are wreaths on my grandchildren's room. Yeah, my grandchildren, who probably only come see me about once a month, have a bigger room than this. I should have stole their room. But anyway, 6 kids couldn't sleep in here. But we're going to make him a sign. No glitter allowed. So anyway, this is going to be very full. I need a drink. Has anybody been to Dollar Tree? First thing I did when I went to the doctor, and I got that stupid little boot and all that bandage off my foot, I told my husband, take me to Dollar Tree. And I was like a kid in a candy shop. Angela said I should have done a video on my haul. I had my whole table filled with Dollar Tree stuff. And took a picture of it and sent it to her.
Oh, Debbie Hawks, first time watching.
Debbie Hawks, I do believe I know your name.
Big order. Went out
Yes.
big box today.
You had a huge box go out. Because we combined your orders. So you will get a box of signs. You'll be happy. They were nice. I was a little jealous. So my husband's printing signs. I'm like, can I have one so I can do my live? He's like, print it yourself. So the other day he showed me, because I hadn't know that's his domain. I didn't know how to do any of that. So here he's showing me how to do this. Click here, do that. This setting, that setting, and I'm like, slow down. I gotta write all this down because I gotta write things down. Right, Becky? We gotta make a list. But it is pretty easy after you do it a few times. I screwed up once. I put the paper in the printer upside down. I just like how our community grows. You know, just like I was brand new. I would just sit and watch people and didn't really, I mean, I'll talk. I mean, I like to talk. But on the business calls for Lori's Success Path, I don't really talk a whole lot. But I like to talk. You learn so much when you just watch people, and especially when you can ask questions. And ask Angela, my first live, I was a complete wreck.
Ginger said she just retired looking for craft things to do. Love your reads.
Oh, thank you, Ginger.
Be careful, Ginger. It's addictive.
It's very addicting. I mean, I've always been a crafty person my entire life, and on and off my adult life, I've, you know, dabbled in things, just little things. The biggest thing in my adult life I've done is genealogy, because that doesn't take a lot of space, just like a few notebooks that I have in a computer program. But, you know, I've done that since I was 13 years old. So, if anybody wants to do their genealogy, hit me up. I can point you in the right direction. When I started doing wreaths, I just really wanted something, you know, we don't have any children per se at home. You know, I have an adult son that lives at home, but he's no, you know, he does his thing. But, and I wanted something to do other than just, you know, sitting behind the computer and watching TV. So, I don't even remember who I watched first. It might have been Lori with Hardworking Mom, Laura Jean.
Laura Jean was in there.
Laura Jean, a few others.
I think Laura Jean was the first one.
I think Laura Jean was the first one, yeah. But I'm like, I want to make a wreath for the house. So I attempted. I think I made a burlap wreath. It was one of my first ones. I like burlap. And then somebody seen it. They're like, "Oh, I want one." I'm like, "All right, I can make you one." I think one of the kids did. We've got 8 kids between us. So I think I've got everybody made one except for one. I've still got to make one more. Sharing is caring. Okay, we should have one more in here. Maybe? I always cut more than I need sometimes. That one's got some, that one's got some. Oh, I think I got them all. You know, when you make the homemade wreaths, don't worry about them sliding around a little bit, because when you get your mesh on there, it'll all push to the sides.
Oh, Debbie does genealogy too.
Oh, do you, Debbie?
She has over 35,000 names on her tree. She loves doing it.
Oh my gosh, I have probably about that many. Time for I've been working more on around the 1800s right now. I've just been floating around between different trees. I've worked on my husband's. I've even done it for friends. You know, done some of their stuff. So.
Heather said hi, Jeanette.
Hi, Heather.
Alice Rucker wants to know what size pieces you cut.
30 inches. Though Valerie, who I was copying her technique, used 18 inches.
60.
18.
18.
So, this one is very full. I'm just cutting some fraying that happened since I cut all my mesh beforehand. So this is our wreath. Very full. Very. Okay. So a lot of people put their ribbon on at the same time. And for some reason I just didn't. I think my last wreath I did, but I didn't do it this time. So we're going to pair the cheetah print with the light pink. And then
10 inches wide, Alice.
Alice, they're 10 inches wide. Is that your Alice?
No.
Okay. And
Alice
then
Rucker.
Alice, and then, yeah, the mesh is 10 inches wide by 30 inches long. Though 30 inches is probably too long. This is the first time I did this technique. Valerie did hers 18 inches. So probably, 18 to 20 inches is probably enough.
Kathy said hi from Illinois.
Hi, Kathy from Illinois. I'm originally from Illinois, right south of Champaign-Urbana. So, and then we're going to pair these two together. This is the Argyle dark pink with the awareness. So I cut mine 12 inches long. I wrap mine around an acrylic roller and then just cut them apart. Some people they sell those perfect tails.
Pam says she loves the cheetah print ribbon.
You like cheetah print, Pam? I have some more too. I have some skinnier ones. I might break them out sometime. I kind of like it. I bought it because it was popular. I kind of went overboard buying it. I might give some out for prizes. Okay, so cut them apart, just sent down the,
Debbie Hawks wants to know what kind of frame you're using.
it's a Dollar Tree frame. You can get one of these down. Knock myself out. So it's just a Dollar Tree frame. It's a 14 1/4 inch frame from the Dollar Tree. I just order them by the cases. That's how I get them down, is my little stick. My husband never seen me do that. So I just stack some together, and then you fold them over, and then you cut on your folded side. That gives you your dovetail. Now, how much dovetail you have is totally your preference. That's the angle at which you cut. So you can cut very narrow and get a little dovetail. Or you can cut more deeper and get a big dovetail. Kind of depends on how you like the look. I like a pretty pronounced dovetail. The thicker your ribbon, the less. I mean, I've seen lots of people pile their ribbon up and cut. I just don't feel the need to do that because you get a messier cut. It's just another cut you have to make. It's not that big of a deal. 10 more seconds, no biggie. Are you guys making friends on there?
There's a lot of networking going on in our chat.
Hey, that's all right.
Absolutely.
Those two. My son's cat will come downstairs with these little pieces. How he gets them, I mean, I try to get them on the trash can, but he manages to find some. He brings them downstairs. When we first built this room, this countertop is on those 9 QB organizers, and it's 3 of them. And then this is open over here. Well, and then I put bins in them. Well, when I first built it, the bins didn't have anything in them. And he would pull the bins out. Like he wanted to see in them or something. Well, we have one downstairs, right outside our bathroom, that holds wash rags and stuff. He gets in it all the time. He wants to pull it out. If you cut too many of them, you're liable to get a square off edge on one of them because you're cutting so thick. Like, I like to buy canvas ribbon. Some of the suppliers will tell you in their description what kind of ribbon it is. Satin is where you will get a lot of your character ribbon. Like when you see the ribbon that's got like the Disney characters and stuff like that, it's usually printed on satin. It's usually printed on white satin. And that's not really a high quality, in my opinion. Some people may think different, but it's not really a high quality wreath. I will usually try to get linen or... What are you laughing at?
Val said she's sorry, Jeanette, she'll stop.
Oh, you're fine, Val.
Her and Andrew are doing a lot of networking on there.
I don't care. If you're happy, I'm happy. Okay, so now we're going to go around, and I have to keep my ties separate because I had a happy accident, Angela, a few lives ago. I mixed up my ties. And thank you, Angela. Now that is a common word in our house, or common phrase in our house. When something goes wrong, we didn't have something go wrong. We had a happy accident. Good job, Angela. I can't even find the other end of my tie.
Would that be because you put too much mesh in it?
Shut up. I have these little clear colored.
Did you hear that, everybody? She told me to shut up.
Yes, I told him to shut up. So I put my ties all on. They face the outside, like that. And then the ones on top we'll do on a crisscross. Oh, he thinks he's getting funny now.
Whoa, what? Where did pregnant come from?
Where did what?
I don't know. I'm staying out of that conversation.
I need cutters. After we always make sure that you give a good, I put free twist in it before I cut anything off. If you think you want to attach anything else in the middle of your ties. Don't cut those off yet. If you buy a work form from any of the suppliers, they're usually elevated. Can you imagine this being elevated up in the middle? That's why I bought one. And I'm thinking, I'm not going to ship that. I would never want to ship that. Shipping costs are bad enough for a wreath, let alone having an yes, they make a very beautiful wreath, but the height in the wreaths for some on an elevated work frame, woo! It's like an Empire State Building. I'm blurry. You've been drinking. It's probably Facebook because we didn't do nothing wrong. Is it blurry on your screen? It's because you live in a sticks, Becky. Drinking a protein shake. What did you put in that protein shake? So see, we're just alternating our ties. If you wanted to put just two ribbons colors and put everything the same, I've done that before too. I just wasn't feeling like 4 different colors, and that's what I did.
Someone is asking how you're placing the ribbons before you attach. So
Okay.
You can't see because of the reason.
Yep. So what I do, can you see it now? I mean, can you see my hands?
Delay.
Can you see my hands though?
No. Now I can.
Okay. So I put the 2.5 inch on the bottom, and then I lay the 1.5 inch on top, and then I fold them in half to find my middle, and then I scrunch them up through the middle. And then we make bird wings. That kind of just gets the wrinkles out of it, like that. And then I can't reach over. I do it that way. You put them in the middle of your tie. So then it's going to look like that. And then I put them down at a V. And then it looks like that. And then I alternate the ribbons, keeping them in a V. Then it looks like that. And then I'll take my ties and tie it a couple more times, and then I'll cut the extra off. Okay? If you have any more questions, let me know. What's the happy accident? Okay. I think it was my first live, and I don't remember what had happened, but Angela said, we don't have oopses, because I think I called it a oops. She says, we have happy accidents. So that's been over a month and a half ago, that whenever we screw something up or something doesn't go right, that was a happy accident. So it's Angela's fault. And it's come down to our house.
Ginger said that she has seen videos that use zip ties. Do you use pipe cleaners for all of your wreaths?
Yes. The only time I would use a zip tie is when I do the poof method, where you use the 21-inch mesh and you're pulling it out and then attaching it, but I'm still using ties then. But your first initial where the end is would be,
First and last, right?
yep, your first and last, and sometimes middle when you jump down from the top to the bottom, you know, from the outer edge to the inner ring. Some people do a zip tie from there to there, but that's the only time I use zip ties. I don't use zip ties every single one. Those people, if you do like Unique in the Creek boards, where you do the burlap flowers, those you use zip ties every single one. But for this, I just use zip ties. Thank you for asking.
No, you use pipe cleaners, not zip ties.
Or yeah, what'd I say?
You said zip ties.
No, I use pipe cleaners. Fuzzy sticks. That's what my grandmother calls them. She comes in here because I keep them in a bin from like Walmart. It's got a clear drawer. She says, "Grandma, can I have some fuzzy sticks?" And she makes little flowers or something out of them. But I have to limit her or else she'd use them all. Actually, I think they still have some in their closet from when they lived here. Yep, Unique in the Creek boards. I want to get one and try one. I want to try one of those, the wooden rails too. Aha! I found my happy accident. I missed a tie. So that's going to be... Oh, what's even right? My happy accidents will still be right. I knew I'd cut enough. Sometimes I cut too many. Nobody's perfect. Even when doing lives. Even the bigger people that do lives. This is only like my fourth or fifth live? Fifth? I don't know. It'd be alright though. That's why I say, it'd be alright. I say that all the time. It'd be alright.
No, this is your sixth.
Oh, is it my sixth? Wow.
Have to double
You
check.
done one rail, Valerie?
Have to double check on YouTube.
I like the one that has like the sign up on it and then has the one rail, or like I watched this, somebody did a snowman the other night. I like that one. Jump. My son needing through to go to the bathroom.
You really didn't need to share that.
Yeah. What do you say? Okay, now we're rolling.
Kim asked what the ties on the sign are again that you glued it to. She's blanking.
You're blanking? Cable ties. So, I had been punching holes with a jewelry beadsmith and putting wire on mine. In the very beginning, I did this and they fell off. I'm like, well, I can't do that. I can't send a sign to a customer and they open up the box and their sign's off. So somebody else said, I think it was Trent on White Bayou Creations, said they put E6000 down. Although I think Teresa did too. E6000 down, let it dry, then take your sticky off your cable tie, then put it on. So I'm going to try it, and I think I'm going to hang this wreath like in my attic stairway where it's real hot and see tomorrow if it stays on. And I'll let you know if it works out. But yeah, they're just cable ties. You can get them on Amazon. I ordered... Where's my little tie? Yeah. I ordered some on Amazon. They look like that. Got a sticky back on them. I ordered some by accident and got some itty bitty ones. Yeah, we'll use those later. That was another happy accident. If you guys wouldn't mind spreading the love to help my channel.
Valerie said don't tell them it's an accident.
Thank you, Kathy. I have a idea of what I'm gonna do. For those who wasn't here earlier, I'm not moving totally to YouTube. I am gonna still do Facebook Lives, but I am gonna do YouTube Lives once a week, and I'll be doing a prize over there like I did on Facebook. I don't know what number yet, but I have an idea of what prize. We'll probably do the same number, 500. But we more than doubled our followers in 1 month on Facebook. I'm blaming the gnomes. Those cute little gnomes. Yeah, Valerie, I go around watching everybody and I just try to like, oh, they do that? Let's try it. And that's how you learn. Because right now, for another 4 more weeks, I don't have nothing to do but watch people's lives and make stuff. But I'm getting such a high inventory because I put all my wreaths in shipping boxes, like you would ship a wreath out in the 26 by 26 by 8 boxes over my storage unit. So that's what they're in, and I'm getting quite a lot over there, so I need to sell some wreaths.
Susie said sprinkle for her first time watching.
Thank you, Susie. Thank you for stopping by. Where are you from? What part of Tennessee? My mom was born in Tennessee. Stuck.
Valerie said she does too. She learns so much from watching her. Proud that you're doing lives now too.
Aw, thank you. So now we've moved down to the middle. So all of our ties on the outside are all pointing outside. So you got 4 ribbons, and they're all pointing out. Okay, all around, they're pointing out. So now we're going to go to the middle, and we're going to make tulips. So you're going to take your ribbons and you're going to put them in your ties just like you did. And then you're going to make tulips. So they're wired, right? So run your hands on those. See, you're going to curl the ends. And you're going to put them across from each other. Like side, play the matching game. You can tell I have grandchildren. So there, you're going to play the matching game. Okay? And we're going to do that in the middle. And alternate your sets. We normally have 2 cameras running, so you can see down above, but our second camera was giving us fits tonight when we decided to come live. So we're only doing one.
Say goodbye to Val. She's got to go.
Bye, Val. Thank you. See you later.
Susie is from East Tennessee and Kingsport.
I know where Kingsport is.
And
My family,
Vicky
my mom.
is from Nashville.
Nashville's on the other end. My mom was born in Anderson County. Right. I have family in Knoxville. My mom was born in Clinton. My grandma was born in Clinton. My great grandma was born in Clinton. You get it? I have family in Clinton. Oak Ridge. I have lots of roots in Anderson County. So see, we just do tulips. See how they kind of make I call them tulips, flowers. Make your ribbons bend out because you got wires in there, so you want them to come out. Wednesday morning. Make them go across from each other. I kind of like pinch them together to hide the tie because I don't like to see it. You know, if some people who do the work on wreath forms, they got those big fuzzy ties, leave them. Personal preference for me, I don't care for them. Sometimes they add to the overall theme of what you're doing. And that's great and wonderful. Everybody has their personal preference, and that's great. What? Well, that's cool, Vicky.
We're about to go dead. I can't plug the battery in without unplugging the camera.
We're back. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so glad that you guys came back. Modern technology. Sometimes you love it, sometimes you hate it.
Yeah, we went from 40 years to 6.
It's okay.
Okay, it's not.
So anyway, while we were departed, I did just finish up. There was like 2 ties to finish up. So this is our wreath. Plain Jane. So pretty. I like how the foil glistens in the light. Of course, I have a spotlight up there. So what I have here is, these are just little sticks that I broke off. We're going to stick them in there with hot glue. I went ahead and made her a bow. Thank God. I bought some mesh ribbon. Lori's from Hardworking Mom has used it a few times, and she said it lifts up your bow. The one thing that Angela made a very good point on one of her lives is I always use the same color as ribbon tails in my bow, and throw in a couple others. And she does the total opposite because she wanted her bows to pop. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. Well, I did went ahead and used what I had in the tails because I don't have a whole lot of pink since pink isn't really a fall theme. But I used this really silver mesh ribbon that I have, and it's like really, really springy. So it should help bring your bow up off your wreath, I hope. So where you put your bow and where you put your sign is totally up to you. When I first started, I thought my sign belonged in the middle of the wreath. Not necessary. So where you put it is totally up to you. So I think, and I made my tails longer than I normally do, and I didn't make them all the same, which is not like me. I'm very consistent. I'm very black and white. I'm in loss prevention, so that's kind of like us. So I did different lengths of tails, and your tails, when you make your bow, you curl them, just like you do with making your tulips. You take your fingers and you curl them. I always kind of make my bows. I've made my bows sometimes in my lives, but it takes me a little longer because I'm still not real good at them. But you take your fingers and you run them along the sides of your bow, and it makes your tails curl under. If they're different lengths, it makes it really, really pretty. So I'm gonna, and I watched, I think it was Teresa the other day. She puts a plastic, I don't know what I did with it. I'll not use it next time. But she puts her fuzzy stick on a plastic, one of those plastic needles that you use for like plastic canvas, and she just shoots it right through her mesh. I'm like, wow. I'm like digging through my mesh, trying to find the hole. Now I'm trying to wrap it around the wireframe. So, and I usually always put my bow down here in the corner. So I'm trying to step outside my box. So I'm going to put it up there. And I think I'm going to, I'll have my stool. Sometimes I stand on a stool because I want to see like up above it. I've been known to stand on my stools in my life because I'm short. At least I think I'm short. Now, when you do your signs, don't pull them real hard, because then you're going to be like, when you pull on the other side, you're going to be like smashing everything. You just want to pull it tight enough to where you're just sitting on top of your mesh. Thank you, Joanne. Thank you, Kathy. I practice really, really hard at my bows. Sometimes I just come in here and make a bow. I've got like 2 bows back there. I actually made a bow. I'll show you really quick. This is Dollar Tree ribbon. It's like really thin. It does have wire in it, but it's real thin wire. But that's 2 rolls of Dollar Tree. It's out for fall. Dollar Tree ribbon. 2 rolls of it. It's only like 3 feet per roll, but. And I bought it just because I could. I just want to play with it. I think it turned out too bad. Won't hold its shape real well, but. So my son, who is in the next room, joined live. Thanks, Kathy. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I will a lot of times I will tell you in a live that I'm not going to put anything else on it. And then I stand and I look at it. And then when I post a picture, it's got all this other stuff on it. So I make no promises. Because I do have pink flowers. So I put 4 ties on this sign. I don't know that 4 ties were necessary. Because it's only it is an 8x8 sign. I know they always say to secure your signs really securely. Hi Lindy, thanks for coming back. We had some minor difficulties. Minor, major. Then after you attach everything, you'll look at your ties and rearrange it. You always want to do a shake test. Make sure everything's going to stay on. So we'll decide where we're going to stick our, I have my glue pot going. Break off a little bit more. I always put when I stick something in there, I kind of stick it down between the mesh. Now my stick is painted and colored, but I always like to get it down in there because I don't want something to hit it and break it off, because this is a stick, it's not wire. Kind of do a dry fitting of where you want to put your things. Because when you got your glue, you don't want to get glue all over your wreath. Now I found out the hard way, you don't have to have a high temp glue. I have a variable one and I keep it down pretty low. Just because the higher the temp, the longer it takes to cool off. So I know you had to come back and I was almost done, but I know you had to see what it finally looked at. Get this other tie on. Where's my hole in my mesh? See? That's why I bought them needles. So you can just go straight through the hole, or straight through the mesh. There it is. Same thing with your bow. See, if I pulled on that bow, how deep in it would go? You just have it sit on top. Okay. And I'll fidget with my bow and make sure all my loops are nice and fluffed. Now I do spray my wreaths just to make sure that they don't fray. I took my can downstairs. It's Krylon Triple Thick Clear Glaze. I haven't had any issues with anybody who's bought any of my wreaths saying that it yellows or anything. You know, all these wreaths need to stay up underneath a covered porch if you want them to last. You know, yes, the mesh is waterproof. You know, yes, the signs are UV coated and ribbon, but ribbon will fade. The mesh does fade in the sun. You know, I did have to repurpose an 18-inch frame because it finally, my Easter one faded. So I make no promises that I will not add anything to it, but I think it turned out really well. So thank you for coming back, even if it was for just a short few minutes to finish it up. But here it is, and it will be in my Etsy shop. I don't think I'll add any flowers to it. I think it's pretty cool. I said that last time, though, and I added a bunch. So thank you again for coming back. I really, really do appreciate it. And I will be live on YouTube Wednesday at 7 p.m. I don't have a URL yet, but if you just go to YouTube and type in Backroom Creations, it'll have our little logo like it is on our Facebook. And I'd appreciate it if you come over there and subscribe and share it with your friends. spread it with your friends. So thank you. And if you ever have any questions, don't feel bad about reaching out and asking me. So thank you. Happy crafting and good night. Bye-bye.